If you're thinking about grabbing the Spigen Rugged Armor for your Apple Watch because it promises rugged durability and sleek protection, hold on, because what I'm about to reveal might just change your mind. But here's what surprised me. This case, while packed with some cool features like carbon fiber detailing and reinforced edges, actually has a few hidden flaws that might make you rethink your purchase. You'd expect a 4.6-star rated product at $16.99 to be the perfect blend of price and quality, right? Well, not exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. The Spigen Rugged Armor isn't all bad. It's designed with premium TPU, which means it's soft yet shock-absorbent, protecting your Apple Watch from everyday bumps and scratches. Plus, those raised edges around the screen and bezel do a decent job shielding your watch from dings. The design is rugged but timeless, so you're not rocking something that looks like it belongs on a kid's toy. But here's the twist. It's only compatible with the Apple Watch 45 and 44 versions from Series SE 3 through 4. That's a mouthful, and if you're rocking a different size, you're out of luck. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes I'll not only break down the good, bad, and ugly about the Spigen Rugged Armor, but I'll also share some insider tips on what you should consider before buying any Apple Watch case. Plus, I'll reveal if this is really the best bang for your buck or if you should keep scrolling. Trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, especially if you're all about getting the best price and ultimate protection without regret. Before we go deep, quick joke break. Why did the watch get arrested? Because it was caught second-handed. Okay, enough with the dad jokes for now, but no promises about later. So, who exactly is the Spigen Rugged Armor for? If you're someone who's rough on their smartwatch, maybe you're an athlete, a construction worker, or just notoriously clumsy, and you want a case that can absorb shocks and protect your investment without ruining the look, this case was designed with you in mind. It's also for anyone who values the look of rugged carbon fiber accents and a slim profile that doesn't scream, "I'm wearing a bulky case." But here's where things get interesting, because despite ticking all those boxes on paper, the real-world performance is where it stumbles. Let's deep dive. The material used, a premium TPU, is soft, flexible, and great at absorbing shocks. This means if you accidentally knock your watch against a table or drop it from a low height, the Spigen Rugged Armor provides solid protection against impacts that could otherwise crack your screen or damage the bezel. The carbon fiber detailing isn't just for show either. It adds a subtle, premium texture that doesn't wear out easily. Plus, the raised edges are strategically designed to elevate the screen just enough to protect it when placed face down. But the key question arises: how high are those edges really? In my testing and based on customer feedback, some users have noticed the raised edges are a bit too subtle, meaning the protection might not be as substantial as advertised. Another plus is the precise cutouts for the digital crown, speaker, vents, and side button. This means you don't have to wrestle with buttons or feel like your watch's functionality is limited by its case. Unlike some other bulky cases where you're fumbling to press side buttons, Spigen keeps it accessible. But here's the catch. While cutouts are accurate, the TPU material can feel a bit slippery compared to silicone or rubberized coatings on other cases, which might affect grip when you're on the move. So if you expect a non-slip experience, you might find this one a bit lacking. Now, a lot of you might be wondering about durability. At $16.99, does this case last long enough to justify the price? On Amazon, Spigen Rugged Armor holds a 4.6-star rating, which sounds promising, but digging deeper reveals some common complaints. A handful of users mention that after a few months of heavy use, the TPU starts to yellow or become sticky, which is a bummer for anyone who likes their tech looking fresh and clean. Others note minor tearing near the corners where there's frequent bending. That said, your mileage may vary depending on how you treat your watch, but it's definitely something to keep in mind if you want a case to last a year or two. Curious about compatibility? Here's a critical point. This case only fits Apple Watch 45 and 44 models from series SE3, 9, 8, SE2, 7, 6, SE5 and 4. If you're running an older or smaller watch, don't even try ordering it. The snug fit is great for those specific sizes. It's like it hugs your watch like a pro wrestler on a bad day. But for anyone outside that range, disappointment awaits. Now, let me share a quick story. I gifted the Spigen Rugged Armor to my brother, who's a bit of a sports enthusiast. He loved the rugged look and the promise of drop-proof protection. Within a week, however, he reported that despite the raised edges, his watch screen got a small scratch after a bike ride, something I attributed to the edges being a little too low in real life. Plus, he mentioned the TPU got sticky after days of sweaty workouts, which was gross enough to make him consider other options. But don't let his story scare you too much. Many folks rave about it lasting months without an issue. Here's another twist. The price of $16.99 seems like a steal compared to premium leather or metal cases. But if you factor in replacing the case every 6 to 12 months because of wear or yellowing, the cost can add up. It's a classic case of getting what you pay for, but with a pretty decent starting point. Also, you'll want to check the availability regularly because prices can jump or drop fast, so snagging it at a good deal is part of the game. And here's a question to keep you hooked. If Spigen Rugged Armor is almost perfect, then what's missing? I'll give you a hint. It's in the small but crucial details like texture, longevity, and edge height. This case trades a bit of hardcore protection for style and slimness, so if you're ultra-risk averse and want maximum ruggedness, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you like a good balance without adding bulk, it's a contender. Let's throw another joke in here. Why did the Apple Watch apply for a job? Because it wanted to tell time professionally. All right, that's 2 jokes down, 2 to go. Considering functionality, the fact that it doesn't block sensors and allows full access to the digital crown means you get an unhindered Apple Watch experience. That's huge because some cases bog down usability, making you feel like you're wrestling your own wrist. The precise cutouts mean forced removals for button pressing are a thing of the past. However, with the TPU's slightly shiny finish, you may notice it picks up fingerprints easier than some matte competitors, which can be a minor aesthetic complaint. So, is Spigen Rugged Armor perfect? No. But it's close enough that most people buying it on Amazon give it a glowing review. For those who want a watch case that adds noticeable protection yet won't clash with Apple's design philosophy, it fits the bill. It's especially great if you've got a 45 or 44 Apple Watch and want an affordable upgrade from bare bones protection. Before we wrap up, here's a quick recap. You get a ruggedized TPU case with carbon fiber accents, a design that doesn't bloat your watch, raised edges for screen protection, and precise cutouts for full functionality. Downsides. Some users find the raised edges too subtle for extreme protection. The TPU pads may yellow or become sticky over time, and the grip isn't as strong as other cases out there. Plus, compatibility is limited to specific Apple Watch sizes. Alright, last joke. Why don't watches ever get tired? Because they always keep going around the clock. Boom, 4 jokes delivered, you're welcome. So here's the bottom line. If you want a stylish, rugged Apple Watch case that won't break the bank and fits your 44 or 45 model, the Spigen Rugged Armor is a solid choice. It strikes a nice balance between protection and style. But if you want something that screams ultra-durable or you're super hard on your watch, consider boosting your budget for something with thicker edges or a more grippy texture. And here's a pro tip. If you decide to get it, snag it from the link in the description below. Prices change fast on Amazon, so catching it at the right time could save you a few bucks, which is always a win. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. Whether you buy or keep scrolling, now you know exactly what you're getting with the Spigen Rugged Armor. Stay rugged, stay stylish, and keep those Apple Watches protected the smart way.